Well, ignore that fan in the background. Somebody has turned up the heat and it is hot. But I'm going to do a long format for you guys because it's been a while. And we're just kind of looking at the Japanese married with the lantana garden. It's different. I got some flowers finally. And all the little flying creatures are happy that I got flowers and butterflies and things. There's a pagoda flower finally produced. The other ones are here and just didn't grow or produce very well this year. So let's walk into the overgrown world. Here we have a pumpkin vine because I decided random pumpkins was a great idea this year. Dioscorea, maybe bulbifera, I don't know. It's thick this year. It grew really well. This is a cornflower. It's maybe not where it should be, but man, is it beautiful this year. It's doing well. And more Dioscorea growing everywhere. Ferns, a lot of people don't like them. I love them, and this is an edible variety. They get bulbils on the bottom that you can roast, kind of like nuts. So this is a shampoo ginger, kind of just hanging out. I have been working on the camphors, trying to get them out of the way. They have not been friendly. The azaleas were getting choked out, but down there, nice and open. And I have an oak tree that's not supposed to be here. I'm going to have to take him out. And then I've cut back again and found my fence post and the massive camphor mess. Beyond the fence post is not me. I can't control what trash is there. Here I've got the tiny cactus, baby of the grandfather cactus or grandmother cactus, eastern prickly pear, growing very well. Another year, no fruit has set yet. I keep hoping, just don't get it like I should. Okay, so moving on. Try to get a good angle on this one because this is going to be different. Oh, I have extended beyond the steps and I'll have to make more steps. Some more plants in the ground. Bulbs are on the other side. Sunchokes. This is the front yard. And this is even with my head and still going. There you go. So the sunchokes are looking lovely. And soon I should have flowers. Oh. This is an iron plant here. And I haven't really found a use for it, but I don't mind it. This is Mexican clover. I did not have it till this year, so I'm kind of enjoying it. Ooh, there was a mock. Ever wondered what a mock strawberry looks like? Right there it is. They are slowly taking over some areas. Now, I worked on the front and the canna lilies. These are the ones that were on up the side here in my center garden. I took them all out, or so I thought, And I will say that again, so I thought, because right here are some canna lilies that have just come up. And another one, where are you at? There you are, hiding. But hopefully I'll get those all discovered and moved by next year. I have some ginger that came from store-bought that I wanted to see how it did, and it's doing well. Some more. And this is last year's ginger on a comeback tour. And it spreads and it does well, but it's been very hot, even for the ginger. It just doesn't seem to like it, and it's spot. I'm going to move it further into the shade for next year. And these taro are dedicated. They keep coming back. I've pulled them all out last year, and this is what I've got for this year. So if you like them, that's fine. Just remember they spread. Another thing that spreads is gladiolas, and I'm down to just a few up the front here. I took the majority of them out because they were making a ridiculous amount of babies. And here is my other canna, the giant red variety that some reason doesn't get giant. Oh, speaking of which, I just dug this out, and after digging, there are some taro coming back on dry ground. Isn't that crazy? So, I'm going to show the turmeric, and I've kept my turmeric more in the shade. But I think next year we're going to try full sun, or more sun, move them up into a further location towards the sun. And we got a lot of new babies right there forcing their way up through. So there's a good bed of them here. They're just hidden, and hopefully that'll change next year. I'll make a full dedicated bed with a little more sun. This was their bed, and they were migrating, so I migrated them, and then didn't do anything with this, which is kind of sad. I got aloe. It doesn't get burned up here, and there's an abundance of it. It got froze really bad this winter, so this is the comeback tour. And in here I have some Everglades tomatoes I'm going to try, and I'm going to have to water that down some more and see if I can get the native tomatoes to grow. More sunchoke, and it's doing well. It just hasn't flowered yet. And this jewel, climbing up by an old junky car up through a magnolia tree, is possibly a Asian variety of cucumber, I believe. So I'll have to check it again and make sure, but that's what I think it is. And then we've got more pumpkin. And if you look really hard, down under and around and through is watermelon. And I'm not sure about the fruit content. And then we got a loquat growing well. All that pumpkin I was talking about, it's grown across these logs and clear onto the other side. And I'll bring you around to that. So there's the pumpkin again. Really hot day, so everything's kind of playing the wilt game. I've got another variety of an Asian plant here. I'm not even sure what I've got. I'm just waiting to find out. And another variety here. And the reason why I've lost track of these is I forgot to write down where I planted them. Probably a good tip is always write down where you plant stuff, otherwise you're running around with ID trying to figure out what you planted. Mexican sunflower. Now, that's a chop and drop, but I wanted to get some growing, and it was supposed to be in sun, but my tree overshaded this year from last year a lot. Some of my trees are suffering from the heat. These are mulberries, but I am trying to make sure that whatever I grow, and here's some irony for you, the best looking one just got attacked by caterpillars and survived, so I'm trying to make sure that whatever I grow comes back strong and is acclimated to the area. This canna is a yellow like the ones up in the front of the thing, and this is not ginger. This is galangal, so it's a kind of ginger, but it's more medicinal and delicious in some Asian cuisine, so a little bit different. Oh, down through here were flowers. There were cornflowers in here. There were other things. There's a loquat suffering. It's not doing as well as its twin on the other side. And this, everything that was planted in here failed. So I'm going to mow that and leave the loquat, but mow everything else. I have a fig that it just was too hot, it didn't take. And here was my test about growing cactus fertilizer. It's a different color, it seems to be doing well, it's in extreme heat. Yeah, it's happy. And Cavendish banana, Indian shot kinda. The large or giant red mosa canna taking its time. It was a baby. And another Cavendish. All along the woodpile. You can see them now. And this is because of the Akira Miyawaki method. They are fighting weeds to come out. The ones that were not strong have not come out. I am going to have to go in here and weed and see if they even survived. But that's the plan. Everything here is on that plan. Bananas? Oh, bananas are doing wonderful. Look at this. Two bananas, and they are tall. Yes, they are. They're doing well. And again, coming up through the ground on the Akira Miyawaki method, actual size, and another banana with a pup growing and about to shoot out another leaf. It's looking really good. Now, everybody corrected me, and I am terrible about wanting to call this thing a acorn squash, but it's a butternut squash, and it is dealing with extreme heat and very bad conditions. Nothing was actually supposed to grow in here this year, but there it is. And maybe we'll get another one. I've moved the fingerroot ginger here. This is my last plant. It's just struggling this year. It's struggled every year. I'm still trying to find a place it likes. I just keep testing. Oh, and that butternut squash again on this side. Compost piles are great. Things like this massive mulberry grow here. Elderberry fence getting grown. Here's some raspberry, and it did not produce this year. Hopefully next year will be the magic year. The old canes are ones that produce. The new canes then fill in. And there's a line right there, and I'm trying to stay off of it, but my one raspberry wants to grow that way, so I'll have to work on getting that one trained. Just random compost. And the fig tree that just grows slow. It's not a perfect location for it. Here we got compost, tea, fetid swamp water, whatever you want to call it. Working on that. And I'm going to come around here, and here is supposed to be cement. Oh, I forgot this. All these little sticks. Let's zoom in. So what is going on here? Where are they at? There's one. Longevity spinach. I am going all along through this little bare spot and planting longevity spinach and letting it take over and over again. Every time I harvest some, I just put another one out. All different heights and sizes. Right next to the plantain. And I've got a standard cucumber over here. Let's go see the regular cucumber. This is your good old fashioned American variety. And I've had a hard time growing cucumbers, so I'm trying to get a view. There you go. It's in there. One cucumber. One. In all of this mess, I've got one cucumber. Where's it at? There it is. Hiding away. Okay, it's very sunny. I'm having trouble seeing, so forgive me if my camera works a little bit lackluster. Okay. So, again, supposed to be mint there. Supposed to be mint here. It's taking its time. There is a mint there that came from a friend, and I'm trying to get it to last and start, I hope. This is the art trellis, the art installation, finally with vines on it. There we go. Loofah just hasn't loofed out yet. Maybe soon. Here's another mint. Something is just absolutely eating these plants. I've had so much trouble with mint, but yet I have nasturtium still growing. First year that I've had it survive. I'm afraid to touch it. I was gifted mugwort. It's doing well. And another mint here is surviving. Another friend gifted me the mullein, And he is surprised how well it's done. He told me yesterday, he says, that's gotten really big. And it has. So, the cactus garden. It's overgrown. Weeds growing faster than I can pluck. So, cactus garden's weird. Okay, I have a successful enough collection of moringa. And down hid away. Let's see if I can get a good view of that, because I'm just having a hard time seeing. There. That's a tea plant down in there. Yeah, just want to tell you I'm trying, but I'm just not seeing. This was all potato, and there were some potatoes, but the potato effort versus the potato result was very odd. But one not planted that just started growing on its own, and this may very well be a Japanese sweet potato. I'll just have to see. It looks like it. It may be regular. Got a lot of swamp water. I'm working on a massive scale of amending and changing. So we got just a little bit left to show. It's kind of a leisurely stroll because it's awfully hot. If you look at my berm, it's usually got all kinds of things going on. This year it went wild. And I just let it. I let it grow wild. St. John's Cross, or St. Andrew's Cross. Yeah, St. Andrew's Cross. I have a little bit of it everywhere. Yopon Holly, and it's growing well. In fact, it's growing very tall and well, so that's good. My mimosas are here, but they don't ever flower, and hard to get good videos, so I try to look at the ground instead of other people's yards and cars whenever possible. I've got a lantana in here. It's going to take off. It's going to look fabulous. And there's a mulberry. Those are kind of unintentional. Here, this is all composting down. It's all going to make an area for trees. I'm hoping to put some fruiting trees in. And I still have a few sticks taken. This is my planting process for the fence line. And some have been pulled out of the ground or knocked out of the ground. Some are just not blooming. The heat's been unbearable. This is all kind of overgrown and crazy. It's intentional, but that's black nightshade, not to be confused with deadly nightshade. That's edible. Another mulberry volunteering on its own. And some more oak trees that are going to have to go. And then right here, this one is a mayhaw tree, and it was in rough shape, but with all this other coverage around it, it is growing all the way up. Kind of straggly, crazy looking, but it's here. Let's try to get not so close. I just realized that's really close. Mayhaw. And there's another American persimmon sneaking its way into the landscape, and that one may or may not be necessary. I hate to take out stuff that might be beneficial, but I'm trying to expand my horizons with a little bit of other things. Now this, there you go. Another one. That's how easy they root. That is your simple taro. That thing will take root and spread. That's from one rain. That's one rain. That's just a piece of root that took off. That isn't even a whole bulb, really. That's crazy. I missed one, and there it is. And that reminds me, I do have a little more to show. There's the cardamom, still doing well. But I'm not throwing these away. I have places. Granted, my places are crazy. Dog digs holes everywhere. Got work and projects everywhere. The heat's been unbearable. The projects stop in place. Well, looky there. Where did he go? He hid. He was there. There was a squirrel. I don't know if you saw him or not. You might have saw him before I did. But, so we got this. And I've got different plants growing in here. But instead of throwing away a potentially beneficial plant, I don't waste if I can help it. I just move some dirt, and there he goes. He has a home. Thud Muffin, you saying hi? Are you saying stay away? I'm guarding my friends. Yeah. Are you a good boy? Is Thud Muffin a good boy? Thud Muffin's a good boy. No? He is. He's not much for showing off, I guess. And the other side. This was all just really, really overgrown, nasty mess. And I do have to do a little bit of maintenance here and there. Maybe our oak tree's trying to take off. But I'm just filling it in with different plants, different taro, and different things to get the world to take off. Interesting enough, river cane did not take, but Virginia creeper sure does. And holly. And so, it just takes time. There's not going to be a lot of changes to show. Maybe a few surprises here and there. I do have a surprise in here. That is maypop. I want it to grow up into the trees and stuff here, so passion flower vine, maypop. And I'm just going to let it grow. It's doing well back in here. It wasn't doing well where it was, which was on the other side. Lots of stuff hard to grow there. Some hostas that were not surviving made it. On the transfer side over here, this one's thriving. And I'm working with what I have. Some of this stuff is immovable. It's been here so long. And I have lots of leaves to rake yet. It has been a hot year. And even the leaves lie on the ground yet. I just don't have that extra energy. So, if you're feeling discouraged, feeling a little bit run down, and just not doing what you're supposed to do for the year, relax. Nature will provide some, like this Japanese sweet potato here that is thriving from last year just being abandoned. And that's another little walkthrough update for you. Nothing major, just something to fill the day. Thank you.